Mic stuff.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi.
we're live with you people. I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television.
And I'm Kim Anderson. I'm on the board of MCAT, and I'm the Director of Programs and Grants for Humanities Montana.
Welcome, people, to this March 6th edition of Missoula Live. We've got a lot of great guests, and I haven't much chatter to give you before we start talking with them, except to mention that MCAT is open for a tour and training on the second Wednesday of every month at 5:30. Today's the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the second Wednesday coming up, March 8th?
Yes.
The way it turned out. So,
Yes.
oh yeah, Scott agrees, I think. He's gesturing like he's rowing a boat. So that would be 2 days hence, March 8th at 5:30. You are invited to come here to MCAT 500 North Higgins, and we're right on the south, the northwest east corner of.
It's not like you to
Higgins.
make a slip like
Yeah,
that.
I know. I was
Direction.
making all of this.
What is going on? I don't know.
So we're right in the northeast corner of Spruce and Higgins, and our entrance is directly opposite Missoula Textiles. So you don't have to call us, but you can, 542-6228, and let us know you're coming. And if you can't make it and you really want a tour and training, you can call us and we'll arrange another time. Then okay. So I guess I should tell, Scott is showing you the website on that submittable. And that's important because we changed the way people ask for our event recording request.
Oh, really?
So
Are you
we're
using Submittable?
We're now using Submittable.
Very
It's
cool.
wonderful. They donated a year to us of this, but you folks, in the nonprofit world, the civic world, where you've asked us to come out and record, they'll just notice that they have to join by giving a
Right.
password. And
But Submittable is really easy.
yeah, and it really helps us
Yeah.
because we're able to process these requests much more efficiently. So if you have a question about that, feel free to call. Then, second to lastly, our summer camps are available.
Promises.
We've figured out all our summer camps.
Really?
Yeah, there's 5
5?
of them.
Whoa.
And they're available on the website. And Submittable is helping us, right? We can take credit
that's
card
very
payments.
good.
There's also an opportunity for scholarships. So this of course is supposed to be needs based, but it's on the honor system.
Right.
So we're not asking tax return or all this stuff.
Like FISA.
Yeah, right. So if there's a camp that interests you and you feel like most camps are $110. If that is out of your reach, you can talk to us and we'll work out a deal, is the thing. And then lastly, we are doing our Saturday animation drop-ins still, and we have the added perk of the virtual reality break. So in the past, kids have come and they've worked with Legos and so on. You can see pictured from our website is this device called the Vive. And it covers both eyes and it affords you stereoscopic vision. And then you could wear headphones, or sometimes they use a loudspeaker, so people feel less claustrophobic or involved in it. But I find it really transportive. I was kind of shocked by it.
It is totally
Yeah.
immersive. You are in a
In that
different
world, anywhere you look.
Yeah.
So parents, you can check it out too when you bring your kids down. There's 4 or 5 people here on Saturdays to help with the activity, so they're pretty generous. They'd hook up a parent just to see you get dizzy or whatever. They enjoy it, and what's fun about it too is that when the person's in this immersive experience, you can see on the flat screen what they're looking for.
Right.
And then sometimes experts tell you things you can do, like pick up the seed and use the slingshot. Sure, that was a lifesaver. So they tell you things you could do. Anyway, the whole thing's fun. I'm glad we had gotten it. It's pricey for someone to get that thing on their own to evaluate it,
Right.
or just to have the experience. So Saturday animation, every Saturday, 1 to 5. There's a $10 fee. You do not have to register. You have to come down to the northeast corner of Spruce and Higgins. You see these happy models that are enjoying that activity now. So that's all I've got. How is the Humanities Montana?
The humanities are thriving.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to say is, what, deadline?
No.
Deadline.
Well, Imagination Brewery, you guys have an event there March 9th.
Yes, we do. We do. Thank you for
Yeah,
reminding me of
I
that.
remember.
We have a community conversation talking about social justice issues with the criminal justice system
Yeah.
in Montana. Things like why there's such a large, disproportionate number of Native American and people of color incarcerated in our system, when in fact the number of crimes committed are by the dominant population. So, I mean, just issues like that. It's going to be an Imagine Nation here in Missoula this Thursday, March 9th. Gosh, I'm not sure, but it's on our Facebook page.
Yeah, maybe Scott,
on
you
our
could
website.
show the.
I think it's
page.
at 6
Can do it.
o'clock.
Yeah, he's gonna
Okay.
get the page up because we had prepared it.
Oh, good. Oh,
I
good.
didn't see
Also,
something.
there's a grant deadline coming up. If
Oh.
you have a project in the humanities, not you, but
Yeah, I might. But
any of you out there, if you're doing a public program that involves current events, literature, history, world affairs, philosophy, environmental studies, jurisprudence, you can get in touch with me, Kim Anderson, at Humanities Montana, and talk to me about it. We have grants. The deadline is April 20th. And we'd love to help you out if we can. So that's it for me.
Excellent. And I know he's getting up that page so we can say, when the justice
when-
event at Imagination Brewery begins. I think he's going to flip to it because it's not. No,
No, he's
saying
not.
he can't do it. He can't find it.
Go to Facebook, our Facebook page.
And then you get the
Humanities
time.
Montana Facebook.
It's
It'll
an
be right
evening event.
There we go. That's some.
Oh,
up there somewhere.
see.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So anyway, that's it for us.
Okay. Well, now we're ready to move on to Nico and Jesse representing Historical Museum at Fort Missoula.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back.
We're back.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so you guys have really been on a great public awareness campaign.
Yeah.
That was kind of our whole hope for March, was it's kind of like March Madness at the museum, but our whole goal with this is to kick off our spring and summer events by just reaching out to the public and having these really fun, historically tied events that bring awareness to all the really cool things that we're doing out at the museum all year long, winter too, but spring and summer, that's when things really start heating up. We have a lot of events up there. Tours, if you ever want to schedule a tour, your family's in town or anything like that, we have several tour options, a great educational coordinator. We'll have history camp coming up. We got all this stuff that goes
Yeah.
on. And so we decided to make March this really big outreach, fun event programs so that people didn't think of us as just the old history museum over there in the corner, but
you know,
instead
on a
this really...
dusty shelf.
Yeah, instead we're this fun, thriving, colorful, cool, hip place to go hang out, events to go do. This last weekend was a blast. I mean, we kicked it off with First Friday at the Dram Shop with our History of Beer art exhibit. We had a cool display of old art and beer glasses and things like that. We had a great raffle prize. We had a couple hundred people coming, and it was just, we had a good time, and people were getting involved and saying, you guys are kind of fun.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted. And then the very next day, we inputted the Missoula Memory Project, which was our kickoff event. That is an outreach program. So any organization out there can call us and say, we would like your memory booth at our event in order to digitally collect memories of our culture, our stories, things that make Missoula, Montana, the nation what it is. That's the whole preface of this project.
Right.
So we had open mic, we had this awesome exhibit called Walking Through the Decades. A lot of people came out, played games, had fun. I am exhausted.
Yeah. And at the same venue as the Humanities Montana.
Right,
Yours
same
was
venue,
held at the
Imagination Brewing, and it's a great place to go and hang out. They got good beers, they got kombucha. You can just hang out and have a good time.
Yeah.
So we've done the beginning of the month, and now we're heading into the rest of it.
All right.
So this week is planning for next week. So the next event that we have is at the Dram Shop. Most all of these events coming up will be at the Dram Shop, and we are throwing it back to the 70s, man. We're going to have us a 70s kegger party, and that is Sunday, March 12th. And I believe that is from 3 to 7, Sunday, all day long. We'll have raffle, 70s boogie, Aber Day kegger. We're just going to have a good time. So, go to Carlos's One Night Stand, get your 70s on.
Gotta do your Farrah hair.
Gotta do your Farrah hair, gotta get it puffed
Because I
up.
see now that, you're wearing a kind of 70s
Yeah,
shirt.
I think I can probably just bust into my closet and get
Right.
ready, I never made it out.
Sure, I could too, yeah.
So go to your closet or go to Carlos's, get your 70s on, come on down. All of the beer from Phillipsburg Brewing taps, they go to us, so it's a fundraiser. So drink Phillipsburg Brewing beer, because that helps us out. And it's just going to be a really fun time. Like I said, we're just throwing back to the 70s. We'll have a bunch of decades and trivia and just goofball stuff, you know?
Oh, that'll be fun.
And then that following Wednesday, the 15th, is when we actually have our HMFM pub trivia. Can you outsmart us historians?
yeah,
So that
no.
pub trivia is done by Fun Snacks. She's a great MC. She's kind of the hostess with the mostest. She's been doing this for 10 years. It's going to be a hoot. There's prizes for first, second, and third winners. And you'll come in. It's a bit of a fundraiser, but it's more of just having fun, competing with each other. So we'll have that going on from 7 to 9 at the Dram Shop, Wednesday the 15th, kind of kicking off St. Patrick's Day and having a good time there too. So it's just a hoot. That following Wednesday on the 22nd,
Right.
again at the Dram Shop, we are celebrating Montana pioneers of brewers. So the Dram Shop is going out and they're researching some of the original brewers all over the state, and they're making brewery flights. We're calling them Trailblazing Montana flights. So what that is it's 6 kind of original, true Montana beers from old school breweries that have been here for a long time. There's going to be history on each drink that you get in your flight, going to be a write-up on where they came from, what kind of beer this is. It kind of correlates to our history of beer art exhibit. They're going to be $15. We get a percentage of that, but it's 6 beers for $15. And it's going to be a good time. That is going to be from 6 to 8 on Wednesday the 22nd, I believe. Again, at the
Yeah,
Dram
and you
Shop.
got it right because I saw the poster.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you have great posters for each of these events.
Thank you. I enjoyed making those. They were a lot of fun, especially the man reaching for the beer, like,
Yeah.
Westward ho, find the beer. So close. Because that's really what we care about is beer.
This has been about beer.
This is a lot about beer this month. We also have some great events at the museum. So we will be doing every month during the winter, fall, off seasons, we do a heritage craft. So we find someone who's a professional heritage craft. We will have weaving on the 23rd. Again, all of this is on Facebook. So if you go to Facebook, click interested in an event, like and follow us. We have events coming up. I mean, a lot of it. I think we've got 27 for this year, so we've just got a lot of fun stuff. So the weaving is going to be fun. It's during the lunch hour, so you can bring a bag lunch. You can get hands-on with it, learn how things are done. So it's just a lot of fun to come in and see a real heritage craft at work by a professional. And then on the last day of the month, March 31st, again, every month, we have several drop-in classes for youth in the community. All of these are free. So from 3 to 4-ish, again.
3:45 to 5.
3:45 to 5, you can come and drop in for different types of history. This month is Women's History Month, so it's Women's History Matters, talking about women's history and the importance of different female activists throughout, the world of America. And it's just going to be a lot of fun, and the kids get to get their hands dirty on history. And now I'm going to let it roll over
Yeah,
to
Yes,
moving-
Nico.
you want to forget.
Yeah,
Yes.
moving over here. That's a good segment. I also this month we are organizing a spring essay contest
Oh, yeah.
for 5th to 8th graders, and it can be any 5th to 8th grader. It's the essay contest it's a 250 word to 600 word essay, and the prompt is talk about a female American historical figure who has influenced you or who you see as meaningful. And you can, it can be anybody. It can be somebody in Missoula history. It can be a national person. Just whoever has inspired you, and talk about kind of their influence on their own community and America as a whole. So yeah. So and we're gonna have some cool prizes for that. The winner will receive a gift basket, and there's actually going to be, so that'll be for the top prize winner. We're actually going to have 3 overall winners. The other all 3 winners will also receive a 1-year family membership to the museum.
that's
So that'll be
great.
for 3 of them. And then also they will get published in our quarterly newsletter, the rally. So that'll be cool. So everybody who, all the members of the museum, and basically anybody who picks up the rally will be able to read that. So, and finally, it will. Yeah. Did you have? No. Oh. The 3 winning essays will actually be included in our newest exhibit that'll be coming out, that'll be opening up around July. So they'll be included in that exhibit. So
for kids or families that want to encourage their kids to take part in this contest, what do they do? How do they do that?
Oh, absolutely. The best way to learn more about it would be either to email me personally at composto@mtcompact.org. But anybody at the museum can kind of direct them to me, and I will. I'm going to make sure I have a flyer with all the information. I'll make sure that that's easily accessible online on our Facebook. So there will be information on our Facebook about it throughout the rest of the month. So you'll be able to find it fairly easily.
Super. And what's the deadline again?
It is March 31st. Are there 31 days in March?
Yeah,
This is one of the 31-day months.
This is one of the
It's the
long
31st,
ones.
so the
Yeah.
end of the month.
Yes.
If you're gonna be a little bit late or something, that's not a huge deal. If you really want to participate in it, just email me and we can work with that. So yeah.
We've got a lot of fun stuff going on. And one
Yeah,
thing I
guys
did
do.
forget to mention is March is also membership month for the museum.
Oh, wow.
So if you have any interest in becoming a member, give us a call, shoot us an email, go to Facebook, send us a message. We have great family memberships, all sorts of different opportunities to be a member at the museum, and a lot of different perks. You get in free to the Forestry Day, to the
Right.
Fourth at the Fort, to the Harvest, all of these different great things. So it's membership month at the March Madness at the museum.
Yes.
But it's perfect timing because
Yeah.
with all these different activities going on, people get a real taste of the variety of stuff you
We do so many different things.
And I'm sure there'll be information about membership at the Dram
At
Shop. And
each event, we have membership flyers, all sorts of good stuff,
Yeah.
takeaways, and we just appreciate you guys having us on. And everyone who's interested, the best way right now, because we're reconstructing our website,
Yeah, I heard.
is to go to Facebook.
Right.
So find us on Facebook, follow us there. All of our events, our cool prizes, and events for the kids are on there. Find us on
Yeah,
Facebook.
Facebook is the easiest way for everything.
It is.
It is. It's
Super
pretty much
easy.
current.
Yeah, you can update, boom, 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 done.
Right.
Quick.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
Oh, I
terrific.
see trailouts back there. Well, shoot, I guess we gotta move along. How are we doing?
Yeah.
time? Oh, we
What
gotta.
Mr.
Yep.
Fitbit.
Yeah.
Ah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, I did
Yeah.
busy few weeks. I hope
Yeah.
you lived through it.
Me too.
Jesse.
Okay, you
We'll
guys.
let you rest for a while and then come back.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Our next guest is Ray Kingfisher from Missoula County Public Schools. He's going to talk about Indian Education for All and the Youth Powwow coming up at the end of the month. So we'll be right back. Scott's going to show you this.
MCATs, Legos, Legos,
Pow, peppa, pow.
Come get your VR. Virtual reality is what we are editing. Hoverboard, green screen. Legos, editing. Come get your VR. Virtual reality is what we are. Hoverboard, green screen.
Missoula Community Access Television works with kids in an active learning environment where they get hands-on experience in video production. MCAT offers weekly Saturday classes that spark creativity in kids from 9 to 13 years of age. Located downtown at 500 North Higgins. MCAT Saturday Drop-Ins. Create your story. I can't see who's behind the line.
Here we are.
Oh, we're back. We are back. Ray Kingfisher is here. Welcome. Thanks for coming
Thank you.
over.
Thanks for letting me come over.
Yeah, you know it. So you are working for Missoula County Public Schools, and there's an event coming up you want to tell people about?
Well, what we're doing is the 2017 Native Youth Powwow, and we do this. It's a yearly event that we hold. We usually had it at CS Porter, but last year we had the event, and it. We exploded, and
It's
we
too
kind of
small
outgrew
over
that
there.
area. Yeah,
That's
the
a
gym
good
over there.
problem.
So
Yeah.
this year we shot for Sentinel High School, and the space there is going to allow us to, hopefully take care of everybody that comes to the powwow. So
Are you going to be in the gymnasium there?
yeah, we'll be
It's
in the main
pretty
gym,
big.
and we have a place for vendors up above where the
Oh, that
seating
mezzanine
is.
thing
Yeah,
is?
so we're also looking for vendors. So if if there's vendors out there, that would like to come and sell their arts and
Now, we're
crafts.
showing the poster
Yeah,
that
people-
describes a little bit about what's going on, but can you describe for us some of the activities?
So we will have it's pretty much geared for the students. So it's like 17 and under, or 17 and under. Yeah, their dance categories, which is the traditional, grass, fancy, chicken in the on the boys' side. And on the girls, it's just traditional, jingle, and fancy.
Right.
And we'll have those categories. They'll be paid first, second, and third. I'm not sure what we'll be paying out. We're still getting our funds together. And so once they come out and show their dancing abilities, and they'll be picked by judges from the community and people attending the powwow. So hopefully they're not related. So they'll just pick who they figures dancing right and dancing to the song. And we have other things too. It's a community event. We want to invite the community out to come and celebrate with us. It's a celebration of our Native students here in Missoula County Public Schools, to invite their families from the reservations they originally come from, and just have them come here and celebrate with us. We'll have round dancing, owl dance, which is a couples dance. On the flyer, it's called a honey special.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, so it's really a good little thing to get.
It has here, Honey's Owl Dance Special, 1, 2, and 3.
So that's kind of our special that we put on with the department, just to get people out of the crowd to come down and jump out there. And,
Oh, no kidding. It's
Yeah.
audience participation?
Yeah, so
that
we
always
like-
terrifies me.
we like to call everybody out. We want you guys to take part, in what we do, and we're just showing culture and
How many students usually participate? I mean, in like last year.
We actually get quite a few. Last year we had a real good turnout because there was a round dance up at Salish Kootenai College, and they had already had invited big drums, big singers. So they just that was the day before ours, and they all came here the next
wow.
day.
That's
So
really cool.
yeah, so we had there's a lady named what is her name? Anyway, Fawn Wood. She's renowned all over powwow country, a round dance singer, and she makes she's an artist. She makes all kinds of music, and people really like that, the way her singing,
yeah.
and she kind of geared some of her singing towards just some of the stuff that's going on. She's from Canada, and she came down and she sang us a song, and then the following week everybody watches Gathering of Nations powwow down in New Mexico. And there she was, right?
There
on-
she
you
was.
know.
And she'd just been at CS
Yeah,
Porter.
yep. So
That's
which was
cool.
good. We had
Cool, indeed.
her and her husband. Her husband has a group too, the Cree Confederation drum group, and they set up.
I've heard
And
of them.
so we had I think we had 8 drum groups last year, which
Wow.
is the previous years we had 3 or 4. So
Yeah.
we're just
Are you
looking for a
hoping
good
for
turnout.
the same level or bigger than last year?
I
at
think
the
we'll do
Sentinel?
pretty good this year because we have the space. People know we have the space, and I've been promoting it, getting it out there, Facebook, Twitter.
Well, you're on this show. It'll be all over
Yeah,
town.
we'll be all over town, so which is good. So, yeah, then I just been reaching out to. We did the flyers, so we sent them out to the reservations, the reservation schools, also the urban Indian educations like us. So
Yeah.
Billings, Great Falls, Helena, just all over Montana.
Right.
But we do know people from like Levi Horns over in Spokane, and he runs some stuff over there. So we sent him flyers, and those Washington and not too far away,
Yeah.
Yeah, but in
sure.
a
Places,
couple of
so-
hours. And this is April 1st, so by that time, the winter woes should be set
Let's hope the
to
roads are good.
spring joy, right?
Yeah,
There won't
which
be
is-
trouble in the past.
Which is usually really good. People will be able to travel, come here, and we partner with a lot of people, collaboration with Missoula Urban Indian Health Center, just different places out in town. They're going to do games for kids.
Oh,
So
great.
hopefully we have some like traditional games going too, like the double ball, shinny, rock and a fist, which is a guessing game, and
Right.
we're just looking to pack the place.
And the
Right.
public is invited.
Yep,
it.
everybody's welcome to come.
Is there a ticket price or a fee?
Nope, it is free,
Wow,
open to the
it's
public.
free.
Come
Free
over.
open to the public, everyone is welcome.
So also we have 2 sessions. One will start at noon, is what they call the grand entry. So they'll have all the dancers come
And
in.
that's always impressive
yeah,
to see. I love
all the
that.
kids. We have all the flags from the tribes, and we let the kids dance them in behind the veterans with the United States, Canada, and Montana flags. So that's quite a sight right there. And then let's see,
So that starts at noon.
Yeah.
that'll be at noon.
Okay.
Yeah, then another one at 6, but I think we'll end around about 4. When we're doing we have a princess pageantry, so we'll have a couple of young ladies that are going for this crown that we hold. It's called NYP, just princess. And what she does is throughout the year she'll travel to different powwows and represent our powwow,
Oh, wow.
and promotion of our powwow, and So we're looking for a good young lady to come and take that position. We had a nice young lady that did it this past year, and me and my family, we travel around to powwows in Washington, Idaho, and Canada, and she was pretty much everywhere we was. So.
Oh, well, that's
Which
great.
was-
You should get
She's
serious
spreading the
with it.
word.
Yeah. So she, they introduced her as that too. Missoula County Public Schools, Indian Education, Native Youth Powwow Princess, which is
That's a
pretty
title.
good to hear. Yeah.
So if people wanted more information about either being a vendor or
Yeah, vendors,
competing
welcome.
for the princess position or dancing in the powwow, where should they go?
They can just contact us at the Indian Education Department.
Okay.
And I think any one of us there will can direct them to. We all have certain jobs, but we can all, take their name down and get them the application or information
I
that they
think
need
we've
to
got
know.
the website up
Yeah,
right now.
that's right.
Yeah.
Scott's showing that. And anyone that's done with the schools, 728-2400. And they always have that guy, good afternoon.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy sounds so cool. I'm like, yes, good morning. And then if you're confused, you can just hit 0, explain to the operator what you want, and they'll figure it out.
Yeah, just ask for Ray Kingfisher, and they'll send you to my line, and
Well, Ray, I never knew about this, but I can't wait to
yeah,
go.
we
Yeah,
welcome you to
sounds
come over
great.
and check it out.
And Kathy is going to put in a request, so we're going to, and
So we'll
Kat's going
film
to
it.
film parts of it.
Good.
And then we'll have like a clip to put on Facebook, 2
That'll be
minutes, 3 minutes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
We'll have
awesome.
the whole program
Right.
of what Kathy wants recorded, but we'll also make like a little boost thing,
Good,
for
good.
the next year.
That's fun.
Free coffee for elders only.
Free coffee. We have an elder section where they can come and sit, where they'll have a good view. Hopefully, we can kind of keep the
That's
kids away,
nice. That's nice.
and we'll give them
Thinking
coffee.
about the
and-
older people. I like that.
we sometimes we usually have a snack or something for them, cookies and just.
Yeah, and there's a
something.
raffle, so people should bring money, even though it's free. I think people should bring money, and it says donations welcome, because you need
Yeah.
a little boost to be
This
putting
has
this
got to
on.
cost quite a bit of
Yeah,
money.
so what we do is we our raffles and stuff. We have a senior dinner that goes on at the end of the year for our Native American seniors,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just one of these things that you just gotta keep making money for
Right.
the next event. So that's
Right.
where this money will go to and put in for that. Just the senior event also is just another event that we put on for them, just to show them our appreciation and tell them good job.
Good job.
We
And good luck.
yeah. So that's who we're working with.
Speeches.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
a few that we've recorded, and some
Oh
people
yeah,
are really
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
They tell
You
some
guys do
pretty
that
good
too.
jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good time too.
Well, thank you for coming on and telling us
Yeah,
about this and
thank
for
you, Ray.
arranging this huge event.
See how we're doing on time?
Sounds great.
4:30, we better go,
Yeah.
because now we have like 3 more out there. All right, people. Ray's going to go, but we'll be back. Next is Rob Edwards. He's from Missoula Aging Services, because March for Meals. March for Meals. We'll explain that right after this.
Sergeant Greg Amundsen with the Missoula Police Department. I'd like to talk a little bit about bicycles riding on the sidewalks in the city of Missoula, which we see a lot because Missoula is a very bike-friendly town. I would just like to let bicyclists know that they do have to yield to pedestrians on the sidewalk safely because they travel faster than a pedestrian, so they do have to do that in a safe manner. And then when you get to a crosswalk, you are actually required to slow your bicycle down to what would be called a pedestrian pace, and you cannot begin crossing until it's safe to do so.
Birthdays come and go, each year adding up to a lifetime full of extraordinary moments. At Missoula Aging Services, we promote the independence, dignity, and health of older adults. We are ready to help connect seniors to the help they need. Knowing you've got friends to support you, each birthday can be special. See how we can help. Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
You know, encourage the
Here we
idea of us being.
Well, we are back.
We started without you.
We did start without you, dear viewer. Rob Edwards is here representing Missoula Aging Services. Welcome. And we were just talking about the PSA that was running for Missoula Aging Services, and you were explaining there's a new one.
Yeah, well, actually, we just got done running in the month of February. We were running one talking about the volunteer hub that Missoula Aging Services is really trying to promote and turn into, where we really want to be that one-stop shop for anybody who wants to volunteer in the community, regardless of age, regardless of what they want to do. Come on by, and we can certainly find something to fill their needs.
Oh, that's a good
What
point.
a great service to provide. That's
There's a lot more behind our doors than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the topic at hand, March for Meals.
Correct.
And you want to tell people what that is about?
Sure. Well, Missoula Aging Services promotes the independence, dignity, and health of older adults and those who serve them. March for Meals is our prime awareness and fundraising month for the Meals on Wheels program. We use the month to get out information, to get champions within the community to talk about our program and let people know about our program, and really to fundraise is our big primary piece.
Yeah.
For us to run the program as we are right now, we have to bring in at least $100,000 a year in donated funds just to maintain where we're at this time. And the month of March brings in about $60,000 of that $100,000. So
it's pretty
that's our goal
important
for
month.
this year. It's a big month for us. We're serving so many people, and the need's only growing.
Now, I see on March 9th, which is coming up, is something called Community Champions Day?
Correct. So Thursday, March 9th is Community Champions Day, and that's where we get together with some of our big sponsors as well as some of the community champions, the political folks who have supported our programs, talk a little bit about the program, talk to a client who comes by and talks about the benefits of it, and then we send a lot of those folks out on ride-alongs with our Meals on Wheels drivers.
Oh, that's cool.
And they get to see the impact that we're having with these folks. Not only that hot meal service that comes out, but that check-in, that visit that they get daily.
Conversation.
You know, the safety check is really an underrated part of this program. And to see those people get to do that has been really productive. The mayor will be coming along this year, City Councilwoman Julie Armstrong, Sheriff Brady, several folks will be out along with our sponsors from Alps, the Good Food Store will be along with us, and Allegiant Medical will be along with us. So some of our big sponsors get an idea what we're all about.
That is great. And usually, you know, that we'll see a little splash in the local paper or on KPAX or KCI, you know, that raises awareness of the program. And
Sure.
and demonstrates to people what a value it holds. Not just the nutrition, but as you were saying, the safety check,
Yeah.
and as Kim was indicating too, just that.
Interaction.
That the people don't feel as isolated because there's this event to look forward to interact with another human and whatnot.
That's social isolation in older adults is a big problem in
Yeah.
Montana, and it's just one way that we can help with that. Our drivers begin to have a relationship with these folks, and they can tell when something's wrong. We've several times been able to spot something wrong, get the family involved to get something taken care of, some needs met, things like that. But it's much more than just the meal. But the meal is very important to them as well.
Yeah, that part's.
You bet.
Yeah, this year we'll serve over 100,000 meals from our Meals on Wheels program, which is a huge number. 800 plus clients in the Missoula County area.
In the Missoula County
Yeah,
area.
and one of the beautiful things about the program is the fact that all of our drivers are volunteers. So we pay no one to do the deliveries. We've got 140 volunteers right now driving for us over the course of a year. We come in on day, just when it's snowing, when the roads have been so horrible,
Yeah.
when things like that have been going on, and the folks have been homebound very much more
Sure.
often. And those visits and what the people put up with driving those routes, we had, I believe, one day we had to cancel some deliveries in some of the outlying areas.
Yeah.
But other than that, we do pretty well.
That's great. Now, here's a question on my sheet. How can they, the viewing public, participate in fundraising?
So this year, as in all years, it's a big fundraiser for us, and we have a paper form that can be found on our website at MissoulaAgingServices.org. That's the old-fashioned way, and we love it. It's been a great builder for us. This year, we went on to crowdfunding sourcing as well.
Oh,
So if somebody goes onto our website at MissoulaAgingServices.org, they'll find a magenta banner at the top of our website.
Scott's showing
And
it
if they
just
click,
now.
perfect. If
Yeah.
they click on that banner, they will be able to get directed right to a point where they can do some online fundraising for us. Either donate themselves or do some online fundraising. Set up your own page with your picture and your information, and email it, Twitter,
Right.
Facebook out, and it automatically collects the money directly that way.
So people can actually share their commitment to Missoula Aging Services and encourage their friends and family to donate through like their Facebook page? or-
Well, yeah, it goes right directly to
Cool.
crowdfunding. That money goes right into our agency.
Oh, yeah,
It goes
creates it
directly-
for you.
Right.
Yeah,
So then
you
you
don't
can
have to
say,
go
look,
out
I'm
and-
interested in this.
I'm doing this, or yeah. That's
Click
great.
here. So it goes to your
Yeah.
friends on the Facebook or the Twitter.
Whoever you
or
want
the-
to send it to.
Yeah.
And, I used mine as an email base of some of my connections that I've worked with. And,
Yeah.
and it's been very effective. Makes it a little easier to contribute. Makes it easier to talk to
Yeah.
people individually and not feel like you're putting a high pressure face-to-face, but give them the opportunity to take part.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll also be at the Women's Fair this weekend.
Oh,
We'll have a booth
great.
there, handing out some information and some details on how to raise funds as well. And then March 31st, we're part of the Jeans Day, which folks in the Missoula area that are participating sponsors can donate $5 and wear jeans to work. I paid mine as soon as I found out because nice, comfortable way to get a day's work in that way.
Guess so.
And
I've been
raise some
wearing the
funds.
same pair of pants. And no one's noticed. I don't want to distract from this,
Okay,
but
we don't want to know how many days you've been
Yeah.
wearing those pants.
they're laundered and everything.
The beauty of being male, we can get away
Yeah,
with
I
that and not
know.
worry about it.
I know. So that for people who don't know, explain Jeans Day a little.
Yeah, I think after
So
I
jeans-
mentioned that, you're right.
Jeans Day is a community effort where folks can pay a $5 donation that goes to the program, and then their employer allows them to wear jeans
Right.
for the day.
It should be pajamas next year.
That's a good thought.
Yeah, I think
That's
we
a
need
good
to
thought.
raise the comfort level, given the informality of
A lot of
many a
people wear
workplace.
jeans every day to work anyway,
Yeah.
so I think,
Yeah, it's a good fundraiser for us. Lets the community
a
be
great
involved.
thing.
No,
Yeah.
and that people know what it is so they can come together.
Yeah.
So the whole month of March, focus on getting more volunteers, fundraising.
We're out trying the fundraising. We're always recruiting volunteer drivers. That's a constant. We may not get them in place right away, but we are always looking for people with that kind of help. Missoula Aging Services as a whole, we can always use volunteers, and we're very happy to place people wherever we can find a way to have them help.
Great.
So, yeah, and some fundraising. It's a big deal for us to get this month some money in the bank and continue what we've got going, and hopefully push well beyond that 100,000 meals served this year, which would be another great milestone to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So,
Well, Rob,
Yeah.
thank you for
Thank
taking the
you.
time to come by.
great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know
Appreciate
it. I know next in line is Lisa Mecklenburg Jackson. She's here representing Montana Innocence Project. So we're going to show you one more PSA. We'll hurry up and be right back.
Right.
Senior Corps at Missoula Aging Services is Missoula's volunteer hub. Hundreds of volunteer opportunities await. You can help improve reading skills, school attendance, and the well-being of students, provide services that help older adults, or find out about countless other opportunities that will capture your interest. Because your heart's desire never ages, now is the time to reinvent yourself. Discover your perfect volunteer opportunity by calling 728-7682.
For too long, corporate tobacco has exploited our people, manipulated our practices, and profited from our addiction. No more. If you struggle with commercial tobacco addiction, call the American Indian Commercial Tobacco Quit Line today at 1-855-372-0037 and talk to someone who understands.
Over it?
Oh,
Yes. So we're back, and you are watching an excerpt from the 2017 Dancing with the Missoula Stars. Heather Adams is here from the Downtown Dance Collective. Welcome.
Thank you.
That looked like so much fun.
Oh, it
I
was
think
a
it must have
hoot.
been a blast because
It
I was
was.
watching it from my kitchen table on the laptop because, you know, I was saying before we started, that MCAT can go live anywhere, people from this town, but it wouldn't go on the Facebook. I don't know why. And I was like, doing all this stuff with the laptop. And then it worked on our local live, so we could tell people to go to our website, and they were able to watch it from there.
Which is great. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
we
most
had,
welcome. It was
got a
fun.
lot of people tune in from all over the place, Hawaii and
Oh, that's great.
Spain,
Yeah.
and it was
Great.
great. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. That was a great service.
Do you want to explain to the folks the Downtown Dance Collective, since you've come all this way?
Yeah. So this year we're celebrating 10 years in business.
Congratulations.
I know.
God, that seems like yesterday that you guys opened up that.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
feel that way at all. But yes, it is kind of, yeah, it does. In a lot of ways, it feels like we're just getting started, and we really are. But yeah, you know, our tagline is every body, every ability. And so our mission is really to bring dance to anyone. There's so many ideas, so many people have concepts about like who can dance and who
Right.
should, and
Yeah, that's
or that
right.
it's just for kids. And many of our classes are for adults. We do tango, salsa, swing, ballet, jazz, flamenco, you know, ballroom, private lessons, and then we've got a bunch of kids classes as well. But you know, our kids classes are not geared toward performance per se. It's really about you know, finding ways to express themselves and being
Yeah.
self-confident. And so we don't, there's other studios in town that do a wonderful job of, you know, of shows and competitions. And so to really fit into the community, offer something that's unique, we don't focus on performance. So for our adults or for our kids.
I was talking with a friend just the other day about how a similar thing with singing, that, you know, when we're
Yeah.
young, often we dance, we
That's
sing,
right.
Yeah.
we, you know, we try to draw, we do all these things, and then we stop.
Yeah.
And it's terribly sad because, first of all, we shouldn't
It
be
is.
moving
Yes.
our entire life, but
Yes.
but also the joy. You can still get that kind of joy, and you don't have to be as good as those people were.
Well,
Now, that's a
I
wonderful
think it's,
story, though, right? Because
Yeah.
the stars were novices, and they were paired with
And that's
a
what they
teacher.
learned
Yeah.
at the down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they learned. So each
yeah.
time you were seeing someone who had learned that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's really, you know, it's a competition, but it's really a fundraiser. And we, you know, Shireen Herrera was our MC this year, and she mentioned throughout the program that, you know, these celebrities had 7 weeks.
Yeah.
That's it. Just 7 weeks. And we purposely sort of limit the amount of time that they spend so that we can show the public, like, hey, this is 7 weeks, you know,
Right.
this is what you can get
You
accomplished.
can. Oh, good
And that there
Yeah.
really is something inside of all of us that we can tap into that's really there. And rather than, you know, the show on TV, you know, they're making a full-time job of it,
Right.
you know, and we can't realistically expect that out of some of the busiest people in Missoula or who our celebrities
They weren't
are.
giving up their day jobs for 7
No,
weeks.
no, no. Some of them felt like they really wanted to at the end. Like, we need more
More
time.
hours of practice. Get this routine down.
And I just kept telling them, like, trust in the process. You're going to be fine. And they all did an amazing job.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah.
I saw it last year when it was at the Top Hat.
Yeah.
And we also were able to send it live at the
Yes,
Top
that was
Hat.
so great.
And both years it was really fun. I really got hooked on it last year because you want to know who's going to win. And also I think there's that vulnerability of watching the novice
Yeah.
perform and your heart is in your mouth like, oh, don't trip or, you know, whatever.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then, you know, so this year we were at the, you know, Missoula Center for the Performing Arts,
Yeah.
and it was really, you know, the Top Hat was a wonderful space, but MCT allowed us to be in there the Thursday before the show, so we
Right.
got to run through it, and I think that really helped the celebrities
Yeah.
get more comfortable.
And the lighting was more
Yeah.
complete. You know, the Top
Sure.
Hat's great for the music, but for
Absolutely.
dance, you know, to have lights on the side that light up the legs and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was a great show, so I did it again. I was like, oh, come on.
So does that mean you want to be a celebrity next year? Is that what you're saying?
You know, I got out of it. I got out of it last time. You asked me 2 years ago when I was having that back surgery, and I did just have the hernia operation.
So now you're all fixed up.
It would be very good for me because
Yeah.
you know I had always been self-conscious about dancing.
Yeah,
I'd always been that way.
Is there
And-
something, was there
I
an
think-
instance, something that happened?
Yeah, more than one. Okay. So you
We
know,
don't have to dive into it.
yes, they did. They did. In 7th grade, I was. No, you people don't need to hear this, but just to make this story more human, in
Oh, but we
7th
want
grade,
to.
I was in the Diary of Anne Frank. I played her father, and on her birthday, I
And
was
dancing was involved.
I was supposed to waltz with her on her birthday.
Oh, sure.
And I could not get it. And this guy, if you're watching, Chuck Massioli, I'm really sorry, he made fun of me. And I pushed him, and he fell down the flight of stairs leading to the stage. I'm sure there's a guy, Chuck Massioli, somewhere with a terrible back problem that I caused. And, so
he
that
was
was the first, that was the
bullying
start.
you.
Yes, he was.
So,
Yeah.
But that was the start, and then, you know, from there it just went on. I have
Yeah.
3 sisters, you can imagine, as puberty, you know,
Yeah.
started as ravages with me, the kind of critiques they would offer for
Yeah.
dance style and stuff. So it would be very good for me, and I only mention it in case people are watching that may have, you know, other traumatic stress disorders
Right.
around dance,
Oh,
that this could be a good leap for someone to take.
it's really, really common, which is actually inspired. Thank you. Nice segue. It's actually inspired the social dance program that we're really putting a lot of energy into this year. I've been working with adults for so long, and so many say, like, there was this time in middle
Yeah.
school, you know, or high school that something happened, and that's very common. And then it sends us away from this really valuable form of expression for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And so, and it also, interestingly enough, it sends us away from even participating in or even watching it, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been working on this social dance in schools. You know, I'm also working with Spark. You know,
good.
so I am going to Missoula County Public School System or district schools through Spark, but then the DDC funding from Dancing with the Stars is allowing me to also go to like Florence. I was just there last week.
Oh, that's
Florence High School,
great.
Middle School, and Bonner, Sussex, St. Joe's. So,
so it was a successful fundraiser for you?
oh gosh, it was great.
Oh, that's
Oh, I'm really glad
Thank you,
to.
Missoula. I mean, it was more, we doubled what we did last year.
Oh my gosh, that's great
Yeah.
news.
Yeah.
So for people who want to take that leap into social dance, they can go to a website, a Facebook page
Yes,
to find out
all the
what's
places.
available?
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
But yes, ddcmontana.com. They can find classes, and then we've got a Facebook page as well.
And it's right on Main Street.
Yeah.
I'm in the beautiful La Flèche building.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gorgeous
good job. Yeah,
space.
yes.
Gorgeous space.
Right across from the parking garage.
Right, exactly. Park your
Yes.
car across the street.
Yes. Yes, yes. There's a lot. Folks tend to think there's not parking downtown, but there's always parking right in the garage.
Yeah.
First hour is free.
Right.
And we validate for the second hour after that.
And
So
the weekends are really not stuffed downtown,
No.
you know, for parking.
No, and it's free on the weekends.
Yeah.
We
how
have
are we
10
doing on
minutes
time?
for trailer.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Heather,
Thank
for coming
you.
by.
So glad it was a
Yes.
success.
I didn't know
Thank you
such
very
a
much,
deep
Steve.
chord would be touched in me,
I
too.
know, it was a little
had
therapeutic for
nightmare about that.
Joel.
Sorry, Chuck.
it's time to right that wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta find him.
Dance lessons.
Gotta find him and have a little dance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We've been keeping him in the green room for too long. He's coming out right here at Lake Spring, Traylock or Reardon with Friends of Irish Studies right after Scott shows you this.
Your local library, igniting the passion for reading.
How would you like to have an endless supply of books, movies, music, audiobooks, and even ebooks whenever you want? Your library card can do all that, and it doesn't cost a thing. You can pick up a library card anytime the library is open, free of charge to residents. All you need is a picture ID with your current address. The library will then verify your address, and once they have, your library card will be good for life. Library card holders may borrow several items to enjoy all at once. Be sure to check the return dates, as they may vary depending on what items you check out. It's so easy to get access to all the library has to offer, and best of all, it's free. To learn more, stop by your local library or visit their website.
This message brought to you by the Greater Montana Foundation and the Montana State Library.
At Missoula Aging Services, you'll always be greeted with a warm welcome. Whether you are caring for an aging loved one or you're an older adult yourself, our friendly staff is ready to connect you to the help you need. You will always get unbiased advice, a free assessment of your needs, and personalized information about the resources available. See what we can do for you. Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
Your local.
Oh, we're back. We're back. And we're talking to the Friends of Irish Studies, Traylock O'Riordan.
There are more friends than these two, but they're representing.
Yes, they are
their
representing
friends.
the friends.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're the
Thank you for
friendliest of the
coming.
friends. Yeah. Thanks for having us here, Joe. Thank you so much, Kim.
Most
Yeah.
welcome. And I was figuring, you know, I know that the St. Patrick's Day Parade is coming up on the Saturday, March 10th, and I thought, I think it's a fundraiser time for Friends of Irish Studies. That's when I contacted you.
That's correct. This is what we call shakedown season.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what's happened with St. Paddy's Day or St. Patrick's Day. It's a day when we kind of reach out to the Irish community and say, okay, like we're all in this together with this great heritage and this great culture, and let's help each other now to pass it on to the next generation, supporting the program at the university, supporting all kinds of cultural activities in the community.
Yeah.
And that's what we do, and that's why that's our mission. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
You know, and we're very fortunate too, because we have a very active community involvement. Without them, we wouldn't have the program we have.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, when you have something in your own backyard, you don't really appreciate what you have.
That's true.
And then you have somebody else. We had the Irish ambassador here in October, and she sent home a report to Dublin, a glowing report on the Irish community in Montana, the reception she received, her trip to Anaconda, her trip to Butte, her trip to Helena, dealing with the ancient knot of Hibernians, the history, the pride in the heritage, the strength of the heritage, and the program. And she basically said that there should be some kind of a special arrangement with Montana, because it truly is a unique Irish area, you know. And sometimes it just takes somebody to come in from outside and remind you, you know.
Yeah, how great it is.
Yeah, how great it is.
Well, and when it's someone at that high a level, it really speaks a lot about the
Yeah.
community and the program that you've created.
Well, me and many others, but I mean, that's true. She's the ambassador of the whole country. She's been to every
Yeah.
state, you know, and yet she singles out Montana.
Oh, when
You
you're
know?
up against the East Coast, when I think of, you know, Boston or something like that, that's a super compliment,
Yeah,
I think.
it is. I think one of the things that we have been very good at, though, is hiding that fact. You know, we
Yeah.
have a great state with great people, you know, and some say we don't want to share it.
Yeah, but never crack a million. Never crack a million
Yeah.
people in the state,
No,
you know?
I think about it. Hang on a second. You've got 40 million Irish Americans. You've got the largest Irish studies program west of the Mississippi in Montana. You know, I think they might be interested in this. Someone should maybe tell them, you know, because believe you me, they will. They will come out to Montana. They will come to the University of Montana.
Yeah.
They will do a major here because, you know, they can do a minor in Irish studies. They can learn the language with their people, the music, the dance, the literature, go back to Ireland and study in Ireland, there's all kinds of programs that will get them back to Ireland and studying there through our university. So it's a pretty exciting program, but we haven't been very good at promoting it.
No.
You know.
We've been too busy doing it.
Well, you've taken the first big step appearing on our show. my God.
Exactly, you know.
Now, Scott just had the poster up for...
For the events?
For the, yeah.
I thought it's not-
Yes.
We hold it up
yeah,
again?
Well, he
just
got this
showed it.
electronic thing. I don't know how he got
Yeah,
it.
there it is. It's up
He
again.
must be drawing it off your website.
Yeah.
You see, Scott is very sharp.
He is.
We
He's
need
right
Scott.
on the ball.
He's on the ball.
So this is amazing. So Altown is coming.
Alton are coming tomorrow. I'm going to tell you something, you know. The first concert I attended in Montana was an Alton concert back in
Really?
2001.
Oh.
I was actually 4 weeks, I'd say, in the state when they came.
Wow.
And I was wondering, okay, what have I gotten myself into? Where am I? No, I'd been here before. I was still trying to get my head around the whole idea of Montana, because I'd lived in New York and Boston
Yeah.
and San Francisco, you know. And then we had this concert up at the University Theatre, it was Alton, and it was a huge turnout. It was incredible music. It was almost like I was back at home. I said, wow, you know.
And my
What-
cousin Leo Rickard played on some of their earlier albums. My cousin is
Really?
William Piper. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Claire, are you going to be in the parade again this year?
Well, I might. I tell you, I'll be baking scones and I'll be making soda bread and car bomb cupcakes.
Ooh.
Because we're doing a mass on that morning at St. Francis.
At 8 in the morning? I saw it.
Yes. And so for the people who come out for that, we're going to feed them afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
so I have to do some baking. So I wore my apron today. See?
I want to taste your scone.
Yeah,
So-
I have a killer. I have the Avoca scone recipe, and that's a coffee shop in Ireland. They have a whole chain of coffee shops, and I have 2 or 3 other cookbooks. And the car bomb cupcakes are to die for, because there's Baileys in the frosting, there's Guinness in the cake, and there's whiskey in the ganache, the chocolate ganache. So I'm telling you.
That
Wow.
sounds really good. It sounds like you might get a few people to that mass.
Yeah,
Get a few heathens
whatever it takes.
getting up at 8 on Saturday morning and then going to
For the
St. Francis.
cupcakes,
Yes.
right?
And I brought this for you guys.
Oh,
I don't know,
that's very
just to-
kind.
Look, we can
You know,
have
we put the MCAT truck in the parade last year, and I ended up going to the party place
Oh,
and
that's
got all
right.
kinds of to do.
That's
and
right, we were in
to
the
take
parade.
to
I
the
remember
truck.
that.
You went as far as your street, university, and you went up.
Right.
Yeah. Scott said we had 2 minutes. How are these things fair?
So what else is going on?
Okay,
What
so we
else?
have Alton tomorrow night. Then on Saturday we have our St. Patrick's Day celebration. We have the parade, the Mass at 8, parade at noon. Then in the afternoon we have whiskey tasting in the Rhino Bar. And this is not any old hooch.
No.
This is top grade Irish whiskey.
Wow.
And there's corned beef and cabbage going with it. We have free carousel rides for the kids.
Oh, good for
We
you.
have a hurling game up at the Washington Grizzly Stadium at 2:30.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and we're looking good to win the national championships again. And then that evening at the Holiday Inn downtown, we have our Irish St. Patrick's Day banquet and auction, and that's our big fundraiser, and that's the
Yes.
event that enables us to keep our program going and keep our program growing.
It's a big event.
Yeah.
And this is a big prize. Trip for 2 to Ireland, raffle drawing.
I'm winning it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm winning.
Claire's already won it, so you
That's the other fundraiser we have, the raffle every 2 years. So we raffle this trip for 2 to Ireland with 10-day car rental, $1,500 spending money. And you can get tickets all around in Montana. go online to friendsofirishstudies.com, or go here in Missoula. You can get them up in Rockin' Rudy's, Grizzly Hackle, the Mar Bar, Stone of Accord.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect. Very, very easy. And tickets for the banquet are how much?
they're $30 each. You can get them online, everything, friendsofirishstudies.com.
Right.
Right. It's the place to go.
It is one-stop shop.
Fun.
Anything we should add? I know he's going to cut us off.
No, just come on out. This is this is the Irish Heritage Month. The Congress declared Irish Heritage Month, and I think it was Bill Clinton was the first to declare it. Or was it George Bush? Declared it March, Irish Heritage Month.
Okay.
You know? So, I mean, it's time to come out and to reflect on what the Irish have contributed to the country and what the Irish Americans have contributed as well to Ireland.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, without the Irish of
Two-way
America, we wouldn't have an
Yeah.
independent Ireland. You know?
That's really true.
And we owe an awful lot to the people of this country, and we've contributed an awful lot, I think, you know, for an island that is so small, way out of proportion to the size of the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So great food, great music.
Yes, the banquet coming up.
Dancing.
Dancers.
Right.
Whoa,
And there's always great talk when you're around.
No short. It is an awful pity we aren't paid by the word, you know? Yeah.
Well, geez, I guess we better go.
Yeah.
I wish I had more time to visit with you this time, but there it is. You'll come back. And thank you guys for watching this edition of Missoula Live for MCAT. I'm Joel Baer.
And I'm Kim Anderson.
We'll see you next time.